Well, obviously I was very thrilled to get the news, and it was completely unexpected. So it took a while to sink in, and I was obviously very pleased that an international jury of very eminent scientists had actually found our work to be significant and important enough to give us this recognition. Well, the recognition that this award brings is certainly going to help us to focus on those areas of our work that require closer attention, and is going to be a major motivating factor both for me as well as people in my lab to work harder and to take ourselves, to demand more from ourselves and to work according to higher expectations. So in that sense, I think this reward is certainly a major motivating factor for both me as well as members of my group as a whole. Well, the fact that Infosys has instituted this award really is a tremendous boost to researchers in the country, and it serves to showcase the fact that international scientists of considerable eminence recognize that there is good quality work going on in India, and that deserves to be brought to the fore and recognized. So it really is a tremendous support and boost to the overall research directions in the country. Well, the problem that we work on and for which the prize has been awarded, is a long-standing problem. It was first recognized about 80 years ago, and in terms of its significance was recognized to be extremely important with great potential applications. But it was a difficult problem, and progress has been slow. So the research community in this area is a relatively small research community, and hopefully this award will actually highlight the fact that progress has been made, and that something that was considered to be very long term in the past is within the realm of possibility in the future. I work on the process of germ cell formation in plants and how genetic characters are both transmitted as well as reassorted at each generation. We know that children resemble their parents but are not identical to their parents, and this is because some of the characters come from one parent and some from the other parent, and new combinations arise at each generation. Our work has shown that it is possible to alter the reproductive process in plants so that this reassortment does not occur and offspring are identical to their parents. This work has implications for developing new methods in plant breeding that would both accelerate the process of plant breeding as well as lead to increased yield of food crops. Well, I was always interested in science. Science was in the background when I was growing up. My parents were academics, and I went to school in Mumbai, and we had a very good chemistry teacher, so I got interested in chemistry, and I went on to do an MSc in chemistry from IIT Mumbai, and following that I then proceeded for a PhD at the University of Oregon in Eugene, Oregon, and there I got interested in genetics again because I had a very good role model, professor as well as mentor, whose lab I joined to study genetics. and I continue to work now using genetic approaches to study problems in basic aspects of plant reproductive development. Well, research is something that I got hooked on as a student, and if you like the opportunity to explore into the unknown and to discover new things, then research is a great career, because you are actually being supported to do something that you really enjoy doing. At the same time, it is a hard career, because you need a lot of patience and persistence, and progress is slow. Well, I wanted to work on a problem where there was not much known. So we picked this problem when we started out, several years ago. In fact, I think that there is still very little really understood about this wider problem. And we were fortunate enough to find some leads that we were able to follow up on. And it's very exciting that our findings really have opened up new possibilities for plant breeding, and this is this was something that we really didn't expect, and so this is very exciting and is a very strong motivating factor for us to continue in our work. Our work is on the basic biology of plant reproduction. But it has important implications for developing new methods in plant breeding, and in that sense it is important because these new methods have the potential to really revolutionize agriculture in terms of increasing the yield of food crops, as well as accelerating the process of plant breeding itself. So these are the areas that we see our work as potentially impacting. And basically the target beneficiary would be the farmer, particularly farmers in developing countries. Well, the Infosys prize certainly highlights this area of work and brings it to a level of attention which is going to make certainly a lot of difference in terms of the support that this area of work as a whole receives, and certainly to me and my group, certainly this is a very strong motivating factor. Well, research really gives you the opportunity to explore the world in new and interesting ways, and both the discovery is extremely exciting, as well after having discovered one has to be able to communicate what one has found. Okay? So both these two aspects of research, discovery and communication, are extremely rewarding.